Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. Whether you are into wool or just looking for a unique design for your next label, this tutorial is for you. On the home screen, select Design a Block from Scratch. Select a new block, Applique, Motif, and in the Precision toolbar, change the block width and height to 10 by 10. Let's set the snaps at 20 by 20 and set snapping options at Snap to Grid, Snap to Node, and Auto Joint Segments when drawing. And turn on the Hide Show Autofill on closed patches. Select the Draw tool and select the second option, which is the Bezier curve. Then we are going to draw a curve from one node to another node, and we're just going to stay on the same horizontal line when we do that. Select the Edit tool and now select the curve that was just drawn. The two edges have a dark box, which is the node, and a light box, which is the handle. We want to move each of the handles so that they are one snap point on top of the node. Then I'm going to scroll and do the same with the handle on the left. The curve is still selected with the Edit tool, and now we're going to select Add Node, which is going to add a node at the midpoint. Drag that node higher on the work table, and we want to keep it at the midpoint between the nodes on the left and right. With the node still highlighted or selected, change the type to symmetrical. That means when we drag one of the handles, the distance of both handles from the center node will remain the same. Also adjust the handles to make sure that the left and the right handles are horizontal. And then I'm going to take the Draw tool and switch to the line and draw a line connecting the start and the stop points. Under Selected Segment Properties, let's change the height to 2 and the width to 1.5. Select Zoom In and drag a box over the area that you want to zoom in on. Select Shapes and select the circle and drag a box from the start to the stop to create the circle. Resize the circle to around 3/4 of an inch. I was really close, so I didn't even bother to change it. Drag the crosshairs in the center of the circle and place it on the tongue unit. With the Pick tool, drag a box to select both of the units and select Wreath Maker. Change the number of clusters to 12. Then adjust the cluster spacing so that there is no overlap. And that means I needed to move that to 100%. The resize is at 100%, which means the sizes of each of those tongues will be the same as originally drafted. Select OK, and now with the Shapes tool, select the circle, and let's pick another spot on the work table and drag a larger circle, which is going to be for the center. Now I'm going to center in block, and I can increase or decrease the size of the circle by selecting it with the Pick tool and dragging a corner, or if I know my size, I can type the number in under Selected Segment Properties. Let's make it 6 by 6 and select Center in Block. Then select the Color tab and color this. I had previously brought in 3 fabrics from Manufacturing Basics, the Maywood collection of woolly flannels, which I thought gave it a wool-like appearance, and add to the project sketchbook. Now I haven't put a title on it, so EQ is reminding me to do that. I will select OK, and then make sure that I'm in my EQ8 projects folder, And if not, you want to navigate to that. And I'm going to label this wool label and select Save. Now select the Quilt worktable and select a new quilt and select the style Custom Set. Go to the Layout tab and change the width and the height to 10 by 10. Select the Borders tab and delete the border. Select the Design tab and under Block Tools, Set Block, select the Motifs tab. Select Layer 2 and drag the block on the quilt. Select it with the Adjust tool, and you can scroll down and select Center horizontally and vertically. Now, while I am here, I am going to turn off the Show Grid because I don't really want to see those lines behind there. I'm also going to turn off Snap Block Position to Grid and Snap Block Size to Grid because the next thing I want to do is add the text, and I want more options in terms of sizing and placing. Select Fabric Tools, and I'm going to go to Colors and select a black. And then select Text Tools. And now that I've selected that black, that's the color that's going to be used for the text. Select a typeface, which can be any font on your computer. And I had a font that I decided to play with called Good Selection Capitals Regular. And I'm going to change the size in inches to 1/2, which is the smallest size allowed. Then with the Shift key, we're going to drag a box, and I'm going to type in Adventures in Wool. And then I will use the Shift key, drag another box, and I will type in Quilt Label. And I'm going to just do a return by Carrie Shell, 2021. Now I can look at the formatting, and I'm going to select the center. Select the Adjust tool. Now you can move those text boxes around. You can also resize. So if I take that first one and I want it a little bit larger, I'm going to turn on Preserve Aspect Ratio and just drag a corner. And I will reposition to achieve a pleasing layout. So once that's done, you can select Add to Project Sketchbook, and now you could print everything out and create your own wool label. Thanks so much for watching. For additional tips and techniques, please subscribe to my newsletter at onpointquilter.com. Also, enjoy the show of labels designed in Electric Quilt on the related blog post.